Archangel Michael says, "There's a shift so powerful moving through your romantic destiny, it can no longer be delayed. The person who once stayed silent about their feelings has reached their tipping point. Something happened to them recently, and now they're seeing you in a completely new light. The change wasn't planned, it came like a lightning strike during a calm moment. They were not thinking about love, but your face appeared in their thoughts over and over again, like a whisper from a higher realm. The deeper reason behind this is what will shock you the most. Someone they met spoke about a person with your exact nature, and they couldn't believe how aligned that description was. They didn't say your name, but everything matched: the loyalty, the strength, the mystery. Since that day, your presence has started pulling them like a magnet. A confession is forming in their heart, even though they've tried hard to ignore it. They've spoken to people, prayed in silence, even consulted a spiritual guide to understand what they're feeling. But nothing gives them peace unless it's about being near you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, "There's a reason your soul has felt like it's been waiting. It's not your imagination, you've been chosen to walk into a season of love that holds more than comfort. It holds answers to things you cried over in silence. You might have thought this chapter was over, or that romance was being delayed again. But you didn't know what was happening behind the curtain. What's being revealed now is divine timing and intentional delay to protect you from a lesser version of love. They were not ready before. They were battling parts of themselves they never told anyone about. But something broke in them recently, they saw someone lie to your face, and it shattered their hesitation. The illusion that kept them apart from you is now gone. A new awareness is growing inside them like wildfire. They're remembering things you said and did that they once overlooked. Type Amen to get blessing 447. They're now seeing you as their mirror, the missing piece they pretended not to need. That pretending is over. The mask is off. They even cried when they realized what they almost lost. It didn't happen in a dramatic scene, it happened when they were alone, scrolling through something online, and your image popped up. They stopped breathing for a second, and something inside whispered, "You're letting your future slip away." That moment marked the beginning of their awakening. You will begin to feel it too, an energy pulling you toward clarity. If your dreams have been intense lately, it's because your souls are starting to reconnect on a deeper spiritual plane. Don't dismiss the strange signs you've noticed: numbers repeating, unexpected names, soft chills on your skin when you're alone. These are love-coded signals being released from their thoughts into the ether. Their heart is calling your name without speaking it aloud. Type Amen to get blessing 992. Something about your last conversation with them left a print. At the time, you thought it didn't mean much. But now, it's the seed growing in their spirit every time they think of you. They've begun replaying moments you forgot, tiny kindnesses, gentle laughter, the way you looked at them when they were broken. All those invisible gifts you gave are echoing back to them in a powerful flood of realization. It's not guilt they feel, it's awakening. A shaking truth that they are meant to move toward you, not away from you. And the longer they deny it, the more restless they become. There's someone who's been trying to stop them, though. Someone who whispered things in their ear to turn their heart cold. That person's influence is now crumbling because divine justice has stepped in. Type Amen to get blessing 614. They are remembering who they were before fear crept in. And that version of them? That version is in love with you. That version is about to emerge again. They are dreaming of conversations with you, ones that never happened in real life. In those dreams, you're wearing colors they associate with peace. You're smiling like you already know what they're trying to say. The timing may surprise you, it will come on a random day, in the middle of your routine. But the words they'll speak will shatter the silence between you forever. Your life will be interrupted in the most beautiful way. They are preparing a message, and they want it to be perfect. But Spirit is going to interrupt them and make them speak from the heart instead. What they say won't be planned, but it will be exactly what you needed to hear. Type Amen to get blessing 858. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, Heaven has reordered the course of your relationship timeline. Someone has prayed over this union without you even knowing. And now, your name is on a spiritual list of promises being fulfilled. A divine romance is awakening. It will look nothing like your past because this one is being orchestrated from the realm where lies and delays cannot survive. This is not karmic, it is sacred. If you've been feeling emotional without reason, it's because your energy is already reacting to their shift. The spiritual cord between you two is glowing again, stronger than before. This is not fantasy, this is alignment. They once took your energy lightly. Now they treasure it like a relic from a sacred time. Your voice has become their peace in chaos, and they don't want to live in noise anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 722. They are letting go of shallow connections, ending cycles that drained them. Their heart is making space, and you're the only one it fits. You'll soon see the difference in the way they speak to you. You might feel like pulling away when they come close. That's natural after what you've endured. But give it one quiet moment, and you'll feel their sincerity vibrate through your skin. They are not just returning, they are evolving. The person who is coming is not the same person who walked away. They've been rebuilt by longing, purified by clarity. Someone in their circle even asked them, "Why does this person still hold so much power over you?" And they replied without hesitation, "Because I never stopped loving them." That statement changed everything. Type Amen to get blessing 349. They're no longer afraid of what others will say. They're not letting pride keep them prisoner. They're coming for truth, not validation. You're not just someone to them, you're sanctuary. You're not a phase, you're the final chapter they never had the courage to write. But now the ink is flowing again, and it's writing your name into their future. Be ready for divine timing to interrupt your normal day. The universe will create a sacred coincidence. The moment they reach out will be disguised as casual, but their heart will be pounding with purpose. They might speak slowly, searching for the right words. But their eyes will give them away. That trembling in their voice will be love trying not to overflow. Type Amen to get blessing 531. Archangel Michael says, You've been chosen to receive a rare kind of love. A love that isn't loud but undeniable. A love that will look you in the eyes and tell you the truth even if it shakes. Your heart already knows it's coming. That's why it's been aching strangely at odd hours. That ache isn't pain, it's prophecy. Don't let the delays trick you into hopelessness. The silence wasn't rejection. It was divine protection while both souls got ready for the magnitude of this connection. They're scared, yes. But they're more scared of losing you. That fear is about to push them past hesitation into motion. Type Amen to get blessing 186. They will surprise even themselves with how honest they become. They'll say things they once buried. And you'll realize the wait was worth every lonely night. They are ready to invest, to grow, to finally understand you not just on the surface, but deeply, like a reader of your soul. They don't want temporary. They want forever. You are their home, even if they haven't said it yet. That truth is growing in them like sunlight stretching over a cold land. They want to be near your energy again. They are healing because you exist. They're choosing love because your love was never ordinary. You taught them the difference between desire and destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 960. The fire inside them is no longer silent. It is burning with clarity and longing. This time, when they look at you, they'll see more than your beauty, they'll see their future. Prepare yourself emotionally, because it's not just a meeting that's coming, it's emerging. Two souls long separated are about to recognize their final alignment. And you'll both feel it. Nothing will be forced. The love will arrive gently but unmistakably. You will feel seen, understood, wanted. They are being pushed by spirit to make this right. They've already received dreams about you. In one of them, you were crying, but it ended in joy. Type Amen to get blessing 773. This message is your confirmation. Everything is falling into place. Your heart has always known this moment would come, even if your mind had doubts. You are not just another person in their past. You are the reason they still believe in destiny. And now, destiny is knocking loudly. Be at peace, because what's meant for you is arriving. Not to test you, but to restore you. This is the chapter where love finally chooses you without hesitation. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. They've been talking to someone wiser, someone who knows your connection isn't ordinary. That person told them, you're running from your own peace. Since then, your image has never left their thoughts. Even when they laugh with others, their soul feels empty without you. They are no longer impressed by distractions, compliments, or attention from other people. Everything feels pale compared to what they shared with you, even in the smallest of moments. They've even looked at old photos and noticed things they didn't before, like the sadness in your eyes or the truth in your smile. Regret is teaching them to look deeper, to see not just what they missed but what they nearly destroyed. And this realization is heavy on their heart now. The people who once convinced them to stay away are losing their grip. Because now, their intuition is louder than other people's opinions. And their intuition is screaming your name like a heartbeat that's never skipped. Type Amen to get blessing 644. They're preparing not just to show up, but to stay. To ask questions, yes, but more importantly to listen. And to make up for the pain their silence caused. They don't want to waste your time again. That thought alone makes them restless at night. They keep practicing what to say, but Spirit is telling them, just be real. You will notice a sudden change in how they respond to you. No more mixed signals, no more avoidance. It will be direct and warm, like they're holding your heart in their hands and refusing to let it drop this time. There's also something they want to give you, something small but full of meaning. It might be a letter, an object, or something symbolic that holds their truth. They've held on to it longer than you can imagine. Type Amen to get blessing 517. Your love story is entering the phase where clarity replaces confusion. Where mutual energy replaces second-guessing. Where love no longer hides behind pride. They want you to see their soul now, not the version of them that ran or denied. The true version. The one that's afraid, but even more afraid to live without your light. If you feel a sudden calmness washing over you soon, it's their energy stabilizing. They're aligning their spirit with yours. That sensation you'll feel, like being deeply remembered, isn't random. It's them, reaching for you through dimensions. Your guides have been preparing you for this moment. You're not crazy, and you're not alone. Every delay you faced was part of a plan to make this connection divine, not just emotional. Type Amen to get blessing 829. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your patience has not been in vain. The heavens have seen every tear you shed and every time you chose love when you could have chosen revenge. And now, the reward is near. They are awakening not just as a partner, but as a protector of your heart. Someone who won't let others mislead them again. They've grown tired of pretending, and they're ready to show up as your equal. You will notice how their energy feels different, not just romantic, but peaceful. Not just passionate, but steady. They've been shaped by time, silence, and divine conviction. The next time you hear from them, don't be surprised if they speak like someone who's been humbled by love. They will not speak over you, they will speak with you. They will not demand your heart, they will honor it. Type Amen to get blessing 368. There are even plans they're making that you don't know about yet. Future plans. Places they want to go with you. Conversations they want to have under soft lights and honest skies. They're not approaching you out of loneliness. They're coming from realization, gratitude, and a heart that has finally matured enough to value you the way you always deserved. They may appear nervous or uncertain at first, but that's only because this matters to them now more than it ever did before. This isn't a game. This is the final chapter of a love they never stopped believing in. Expect signs in threes. A repeated number, a familiar scent, a song you both once knew. These are the confirmations being sent by Spirit that your love life is about to enter the stage of divine alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 477. They're letting go of pride, ego, and fear. They're walking toward you as someone who's finally ready. Ready to listen. Ready to understand. Ready to build. You'll notice they don't talk about the past in a blaming way anymore. They will speak with accountability, not excuses. That's how you'll know this is different. If you've doubted whether love could return, this is your answer. Yes, it can. And yes, it is. But this time, it returns with strength and spiritual protection wrapped around it. You're no longer stepping into a romance built on fantasy. You're stepping into a divine partnership, one shaped by clarity, tested by fire, and reborn in sacred purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 712. Don't worry about how they'll express it. Focus on how you feel. Because when they enter your space again, your soul will recognize them before your mind does. They've been thinking about the way you used to smile when they got close. That image has been haunting them, not in pain but in longing. They want to see that smile again, and this time, they're willing to work for it. You're about to be surprised by how emotional they become. Even if they never cried before, something about being near you will break their voice and soften their walls. And in that moment, you'll remember, you always knew. Your heart had already whispered, this love isn't over. It's just delayed. Type Amen to get blessing 985. The road has been long. The path was uneven. But now the journey leads straight to your heart. You're not just receiving a message, you're being prepared. What's coming next is the conversation that changes everything. The silence will break like dawn, and warmth will rush in. They may even admit that no one compares to you. That everything after you felt like imitation. And that they're done pretending to be happy without your light. This is the return of a divine love. A love that's been chosen not just by hearts, but by heaven itself. And it's coming straight to your door. Type Amen to get blessing 1114. Even if you try to act indifferent, your soul won't lie. You'll feel your heart expand the moment they speak their truth. You've waited for this, not because you were desperate, but because you knew it was deeper than any goodbye. They won't ask you to forget what happened. They'll acknowledge the time that passed, the wounds, the silence. But then they'll say something simple and powerful that changes the air between you. I never stopped seeing you. They've imagined you with someone else, and it wrecked them. Not out of jealousy, but out of sudden fear that they let the real one go. That fear broke down their stubbornness like a storm breaking open dry land. They're not just returning to apologize, they're returning to claim the life they now know was supposed to be with you. A future filled with truth, not performance. A connection that breathes with divine rhythm. Type Amen to get blessing 302. You'll sense their nervousness at first. Their hands might tremble. Their words might stumble. But the love behind it will be undeniable. They have cried over the thought of missing their moment with you. That quiet suffering has purified their ego. It has made room for humility, and now, for you. When you respond, you won't need to say much. Your eyes, your energy, your silence will say it all. Because real love doesn't need perfect words, it only needs real presence. You'll feel the shift. A moment when time slows down and your heart opens, not because you chose to, but because it was destined to. That's how sacred unions work. Type Amen to get blessing 488. They may ask you to take a walk. Sit on a bench. Drive with them in silence. They want to create space for truth to breathe. And when they finally say what's in their heart, it won't sound like a script. It will sound like home. Like the wind finally saying your name the right way. They're going to speak about their mistakes without sugarcoating. They will own their actions. And when they say, I see it now, you'll know they really do. You'll feel that rush in your chest. The warmth. The ache. The realization that the love you thought was gone is actually standing in front of you again, alive, humbled, ready. Type Amen to get blessing 999. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven is clearing the old noise away from your romantic path. The connections that brought only confusion will now dissolve. Because this love is not here to play, it's here to fulfill. Your angels have been working behind the scenes, healing your person's wounds without you knowing. That's why you felt lighter, even during the waiting. Because you were sensing their soul becoming ready. Don't be surprised if they mention things you never told them directly. They've been dreaming with you. Speaking to spirit. Receiving clarity through intuition and unseen guidance. The truth is, they didn't just fall back in love with you. They fell in love with the version of themselves that only existed when they were with you. And that is the version they are now ready to protect." Type Amen to get blessing 384. This next phase of your life will feel like divine alignment. Not just romance, but purpose. Not just butterflies, but security. A love that holds you, not just desires you. They will begin saying, "we," instead of "I." Making plans that sound like forever. Talking in ways that make space for your dreams too, not just theirs. You won't have to ask for effort. It will show up daily. You won't need to beg for honesty. It will flow from them like breath. And the most beautiful part? You will finally feel safe in their presence. Not because they promise it, but because their energy proves it. Type Amen to get blessing 713. They've been rehearsing how to tell you everything. But no matter how they practice, they know it must come from the heart. The script always fades when it's time to speak the truth. Their voice might shake. Their hands might reach for yours and hesitate. But their spirit will be sure. You'll see it in their eyes. They'll ask for a chance, not a second chance, but a real one. One that starts from this new understanding. One that is no longer built on confusion, but devotion. They've deleted old messages, walked away from temptations, cut cords from the past. Because your name is the only one that has remained steady in their soul. Type Amen to get blessing 205. You'll begin to notice synchronicities, repeating numbers like 1111, dreams of water, signs from animals, and even hearing their name unexpectedly. These aren't random. These are confirmations. Your angels are setting up the path for reunion, not to complete you, but to honor the completeness already within you. Because this time, you're not entering love broken. You're entering love with awareness. You are the lighthouse they've been trying to swim toward in the dark. And now the current has finally brought them to shore. Watch how peace begins to fill your life the moment they speak their truth. Your inner child will recognize their energy. Your higher self will smile gently. Because this is the love your soul agreed upon before you were born. Type Amen to get blessing 569. They're finally listening, not to others, but to their own heart. The one that has never stopped pulsing your name. Even when they were distracted, confused, or lost, it never stopped. They want to hold your hand again. But this time, they'll mean it. This time, they won't let go just because fear knocks. They're done with chaos. Done with superficiality. They want depth. They want you. Not the version you pretended to be. The real you. And the beautiful thing? You won't need to change a single thing. You've always been enough. They just finally have the eyes to see it. Type Amen to get blessing 638. The universe waited until both hearts were mature enough to hold each other properly. Until the wounds became wisdom. Until silence became understanding. Your next kiss will feel different. Your next conversation will sound different. Because the foundation this time will be divine. Not forced, not rushed, divine. They may say something like, "I never stopped loving you, I just didn't know how to be the person you needed." When they do, hold space. Breathe. Let healing pour into the moment. The rest of your life is being rewritten by a single divine moment. One act of courage. One decision to love without walls. And it's almost here. Type Amen to get blessing 874. You are not reading this by accident. The very energy pulling you to this message is the same energy pulling them back into your orbit. This is your confirmation. Their next message, visit, or call is divinely timed. Don't doubt the timing. Don't rush it. Let Spirit guide it. Let love reveal itself in the way only it knows how. Your soul knew this moment would come. You waited not just with patience, but with purpose. Now, purpose is meeting promise. This is the chapter where you no longer chase. You no longer beg. You simply receive what's been yours all along, divine, mutual, protected, powerful love. Type Amen to get blessing 440. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.